You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I'm back. Rhodes Rants for Black and White Sports. We're going to talk about the MLB All-Star Game and the fact that Republicans are coming out and they're starting to hit back a little bit against these Democrats. The MLB All-Star Game was moved out of Georgia over false narratives coming from Democratic socialist camps such as Stacey Abrams, Raphael Warnock, and, of course, Beijing Biden. Yeah. And Republicans have went out of their way now, and they are hitting back at these Democratic socialist entities. Very quickly, make sure you check out blackandwhitenetwork.com. Exclusive access to joint videos with myself and Matrixx, exclusive live streams, and if you are a silver member, you will be able to participate in member hangouts with myself and John Matrixx. You guys run this show, so whatever you pretty much want to talk about, we will try to cover it with you in a member hangout scenario. Billboards troll Warnock, Biden, Abrams over All-Star Game as poll says public wants companies out of politics. Group run by former GOP Senator Kelly Loeffler, and she is behind the Billboards effort. Conservatives are doubling down on their attacks against Democratic socialists after Major League Baseball moved its All-Star Game from Atlanta in protest of Georgia's new election laws, arguing that, quote, lies about the content of the law led to the decision. That is a fact. These Democratic socialists act like they literally did not sit down and read the law that was passed. In the latest effort, and in part of that effort, Greater Georgia, the voting organization recently founded by former Senator Kelly Loeffler, Republican of Georgia, is buying digital billboards, and I will show you that billboard in a minute, near Truist Park, the Atlanta Braves home field where the 2021 All-Star Game was originally scheduled. The billboard features images of Senator Raphael Warnock, Democrat and squad member, President Biden, and prominent Georgia Democrat Stacey Abrams, also a member of the squad. The billboard images of which were first obtained by Fox News read, MLB's All-Star Strikeout Squad. And let me go over and I can show you a picture of this billboard. Let's go over and we will take a quick look. And I will be able to show you this billboard. Let me make sure that it shows up. Yep, good deal. Okay, right there. And as we can see, it's got Raphael Warnock on it, Beijing Biden, Creepy Joe, and Stacey Abrams, and it says All-Star Strikeout Squad on the picture itself. Now, this is from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, I believe Constitution, and they are a pretty liberal newspaper. Kelly Loeffler was, and this is a representative from the Fair Fight Action voting rights group that Abrams started. Kelly Loeffler was benched by voters of Georgia after she struck out trying to buy a Senate seat. Seth Bringman, a spokesman for the Fair Fight Action voting rights group Abrams started, she and her Republican team traded the All-Star Game for voter suppression of people of color in Georgia. That is an out-and-out lie. Loeffler started Greater Georgia, as we talked about a second ago, shortly after she was defeated by Warnock in a January runoff, to serve as a conservative counterweight to Fair Fight. In other words, she's fighting back against Stacey Abrams' voting group. And I don't know if you've researched that voting group of Stacey Abrams. She has several. But the Secretary of State of Georgia has shown a lot of interest in it, let me tell you that much. She is among several prominent Republicans weighing a challenge against Warnock. The Republican National Committee is also financing a baseball-themed billboard near the ballpark promising, quote, Georgians will never forget the backlash that led to the snub. Now, this is another reason I pulled this article up. She actually has pushed back a little bit against President Donald Trump and other Republicans to protest the MLB's decision to protest America's pastime. And the reason she has pushed back is she is asking MLB fans to get behind, leave your team behind, and the only team you should watch and get behind and encourage is the Atlanta Braves. And her theory behind that is they want the Braves to, and I don't know what kind of team the Braves have got this year. I don't know any of that. But they want the Braves to get to the World Series to force the MLB to have to make a decision as to whether or not they're really going to triple down on this and move the World Series away from Atlanta, Georgia. Because as we know, if you've been keeping up with this, Atlanta is largely a black population, and they yanked the All-Star team out of that community for a predominantly white community in Denver for Coors Field. Democrat socialists are full of shit, okay? They don't know what they're talking about. They knew exactly what this bill was about, but they chose to spread nonsense in regards to the bill, okay? Joe Biden came out there. He made all kinds of comments. And look, it was wildly inaccurate. And Loeffler also said this, by the way. Quote, the MLB's hypocritical boycott was driven by misinformation repeated by President Biden, whose home state was significantly greater on voting restrictions. Okay, so Biden's own home state has got harder voting restrictions that were in this Georgia bill. Fueling the decisive statements and inaccurate information was Stacey Abrams and Raphael Warnock, Loeffler said in a statement on the billboard. So as a digital billboard, you will see what I showed you a minute ago, and then you'll see more information about what happened exactly. Because Stacey Abrams and Warnock came out and was like, oh, we didn't want the All-Star game to move out, except we found out, no, they were talking to Rob Manfred, and so was LeBron James, so was Al Sharpton, okay? And LeBron James is more than a bullshit narrative, false narrative campaign against voter suppression, and they were encouraging Joe Biden and the MLB talking to Rob Manfred to get the game out of Atlanta. Okay? Plain and simple. Now, what do we think about that, black and white sports fans? Republicans are hitting back. I don't know that I necessarily agree with Kelly Loeffler's take on the fact that, look, I understand the fact that it would be lovely to see the MLB put in the position to have the Atlanta Braves in the All-Star game or in the World Series, forcing them to have to play in Georgia, or at least putting them in that position and seeing if they would triple down, but they probably would triple down. Rob Manfred would bend the knee like a punk. He would triple down all over again, and he would move the World Series away from the home team. Of course he would, because they're going to listen to that minute population of nutcases on Twitter that would call for the cancellation of everything, right? Well, it shouldn't matter. Hell, Republicans are out on the game anyway. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.